So today we are going to actually cover a few things. I think first of all, I will actually start off by sharing with you what are the new changes since March and June of this year by Meta in relations to WABA, as in WABA WhatsApp Business API accounts. And then after which I will have a short discussion on some of the use cases of WhatsApp for your organization, and then followed by a live demo of how you actually onboard WABA with us. Okay, so basically, if you were to take notice of the WABA, the way how WABA actually do the pricing modeling is that in the past they have this thing called the business initiated conversation, and then also a user initiated conversation. So by the name that is given, business initiated meaning that the business actually proactively start off the conversation with the WhatsApp user, whereas user initiated, they are referring to the WhatsApp user itself that actually do the initiation to the business. So actually, since June this year, they have actually further segregated business initiated into 3 different categories. So in business initiated conversation itself, right now they have things like utility category, authentication category, as well as marketing category. And then for user initiated conversations, they have actually renamed it to call service conversation. Okay, so what is exactly utility, authentication, and marketing? What do they really mean by that? So if it's actually first of all related to utility, it will be more of how we term it as transactional based kind of conversation. So it can be things like, for example, appointment reminders, for example, any post-purchase notifications, in terms of probably some other job dispatch. These are more transactional, nothing to do with promoting a product or nothing to do with authentication related. So this is actually utility. Then secondly, authentication, as the name goes, authenticate. So this category is actually having messages that is relating to maybe one-time password for account verification, recovery, or some integrity challenges. And then for the last one of the business initiated conversations will be basically the marketing. So marketing will mean that like all the promotions, the offers, event outreach invitations to get a response, or even messages that can have a mix, maybe a mix of marketing and utility, or a mix of marketing and authentication possibly. All this will fall under marketing. So basically those that do not qualify as purely utility or authentication will fall under marketing. Okay, so this way of new pricing model actually they actually reflect how Meta views in terms of bringing the experiences for businesses and people. So marketing to Meta will be basically to drive sales. So that's why usually the conversation rates will be higher, whereas utility itself will be more on how to facilitate I would say like support for existing sales. So it's like an ongoing process for transactional stuff. And then lastly, for service conversation is basically how do you actually render your assistance for any incoming queries. So it's actually like the current, the pricing will be like the current, or rather in the past, the user initiated base itself. Okay, so when we talk about charges, all this, we talk about conversation. So how exactly this gels together? So what happened is that actually Meta charged by as you can see, we talk about conversations. So actually Meta right now charges by what we call the conversation. But what do they mean by conversations? And then someone with category inside, right? Is that they will take it as once you actually trigger a template message, then it will actually result in a conversation charge. But if you were to send, for example, if you send multiple OTP as an authentication category to the same user, then in fact actually you're talking about sending multiple templates, maybe different templates, but it's of the same authentication category in an open conversation, there will not be any additional charge. So So it means that I will actually share with you some diagrams so that you can actually have an understanding. But basically, every business initiated conversation have a charge. Unless it's the same category, then no additional charge. So this will have an exception. First exception will be basically when it comes to the free entry points. So for example, if you have a Facebook page and then you do advertisement, and then you say that contact to WhatsApp me to ask further questions or queries. So when a WhatsApp user, basically your potential client, click the button and come in to talk to you. So this actually entails a free entry conversation, and this free entry conversation, it is a 3 consecutive day free window period where there's no additional charge involved. It's free for you, even if you were to send different templates within this open conversation itself. So that is something that is an exception to this definition of the conversation charge. And service conversation is actually not in this term when we talk about business initiated. So when we talk about service conversation itself, we are referring to when there's no any other like utility authentication or marketing conversations being open, and then it's just purely responding within 24 hours to somebody or WhatsApp user who actually messaged into you. So that is where a service conversation will open up. But that being said, right, if the business were to actually reply with a template, even though it's within the service conversation, then WhatsApp will still charge you accordingly. Okay, so that is something to take note. So to give you, instead of just, seeing word and listening to what I share, probably I'll just share with you some, examples to kind of understand, what is it all about. So I think, first of all, for example, you were to already open a marketing conversation inside a service conversation. So what do you mean? So for example, a customer were to actually WhatsApp you in asking for your opening hours, and do you accept any walk-in? So you reply back within the 24-hour. It means that you are already opening a service conversation. Okay, so first, service conversation is open. Then secondly, because you will actually send, for example, somebody say, okay, Ken, then we will talk further, and then you send in a marketing, like a promotion offer for your store. And based on this message template that you click, it actually reads as if you are actually doing some promotion, so it falls under marketing. So even though it's within the 24-hour, you are already actually opening up a new conversation in Meta's point of view. So in that sense, Meta will charge you a marketing conversation. So to the business who actually owns the WhatsApp account, Meta will charge you one service conversation and one marketing conversation during, for example, within 24 hours itself. So that is one example of how Meta will charge. Secondly, if you also have this time around we will have a marketing conversation, but you open a utility conversation. So it's a different template category, and let's see how you really how Meta really charge you guys. So first of all, you push a marketing marketing message to a WhatsApp user. Say for example, this is a customer, you already have the database, and then you push out to just update your customer about your new model, and to get them to view and understand more. So this message itself is opening up a marketing conversation to Meta. Then after that, maybe within a day, a few hours later, you then actually send in, because the customer may like the product and then make a purchase online, and then you would like to actually update the customer that the order process has gone through, has been successful, and then you want to send the confirmation number. So this by pushing this message, confirmation order to WhatsApp, to the same WhatsApp user, you are already opening up a utility conversation. So to Meta, they will charge the business one marketing conversation and one utility conversation during the 24-hour period itself. Okay, so this is the example, second example. The third example would be, we talk about two different templates that falls under the same category. So how does Meta actually charge the business? So for example, you send a message, telling the customer about the confirmation of the appointment. Then this will actually open up a utility conversation. And then maybe, a couple of hours later, you actually receive probably a confirmation by having a click of a button by the WhatsApp user. You receive in your system that the customer has confirmed the appointment. Then you actually push a message to acknowledge the confirmation. So by doing the acknowledgement, pushing out the acknowledgement WhatsApp message to the same customer, this message itself, right, is also a utility template. So to WhatsApp point of view, right, to Meta point of view, first is utility conversation. Secondly, another utility template is being sent while the utility conversation is still open. So to Meta, there's no change in any template category. Both the first and second messages are actually all under utility. Then and some of the first one is still open because it's just 2 hours apart. So it's still within 24-hour period. So Meta will charge the business only one utility conversation.
So there's a different term of charging instead of charging for every message. If this is a conversation that's still open, then they will not be charging extra.
Yes, correct. So for example, you send multiple authentication to the same user within 24 hours, multiple transactional. It's all just one conversation.
So this makes more sense now in terms of the charging.
Correct. So then the next one will be, I've mentioned, marketing, so-called marketing related conversation with certain element of utility. So to Meta point of view, right, if your message content itself is not purely utility. So for example, if you look at this picture on the right, it says that, your package has shipped. And then here's our tracking information. Then you just, click here for customer to see the track shipment. But at the same time, you put in last sentence and the 20% off coupon next time you shop with us. This part is marketing. So to Meta, they will view this whole template as a marketing category template. It will not be a utility template. So whenever, as the slide goes, so whenever there's any marketing element, found in the template itself, then the whole entire template will be categorized as marketing. So when you trigger this marketing template out in the conversation, you will be charged one marketing conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
So is there a way to reword it so that it's marketing but don't sound like marketing? You need to use some AI in this one.
So it's more of actually, so it's very important when you consider, your workflow and also how you want to use WhatsApp with your workflow itself. So if you know that actually your messages are, your conversations to and fro with the customers or prospects are mainly transactional related, try to avoid, such kind of, wordings in your template.
Right.
Because marketing is actually the so-called the most expensive because it drives sales as I shared earlier, it drives sales, so they will have higher charges.
Okay.
Okay, so some further updates about changes will be that in the past there is actually this thing called a 1,000 free conversations every month per WhatsApp account. So that was in the past. So from June 1st, there is no longer a 1,000 free for both businesses and user initiated. So what they do is that anything you trigger with the template will have charges, except for that one exception, which is a free entry from free entry point conversation. Other than that, all will be chargeable, except for the fact that if user were to send in, WhatsApp user send in to you, and then you reply within 24 hours. So in that respect, that actually falls under the service initiated conversation. You have 1,000 free for use every calendar month. So basically, no business initiated conversation will be included in the free tier, And then this 1,000 free conversation, right, is independent of how many mobile numbers attached to this WhatsApp account. So it's always going by one account basis, every account basis. And this free tier, right, is actually refreshed based on the time zone of the WABA that it's associated to.
Okay.
Just a minute. Okay, so just now I mentioned about this free entry point. There's also even changes to this. So just now earlier on in the slide I did mention that there was this 3 consecutive days that you can just freely type, even if you put in template and send out, there's no charges, because this is actually what we call the free entry point for cases like you put up ads and then click to WhatsApp, or you have a Facebook page that has a call to action button to WhatsApp. So there is a change even on this part itself since I think earlier part of the year. So in the past, it only supports free conversation within 24-hour period, just like how we do the best, how we actually measure the conversations for the normal one. But from March 1st, they actually changed this from 24 hours to 72 hours. So within these 3 consecutive days itself, right, even if you use, even the business were to actually click a lot of template and send out, to Meta's point of view, there's no other category being opened up. It is still a free entry point conversation that's being opened up, and you are free to type and engage or interact with the WhatsApp user. Okay, so this is to actually help facilitate your use of actually WhatsApp, and together with the Facebook ad or Facebook pages.
So does it mean easier for people, to get on board to WhatsApp, because now they're trying to rationalize the cost? So would it mean costing more for people to use WhatsApp or costing less?
It depends on the use case. So if you say that, I think the part on having Facebook advertisement, I think there's one more motivation level right now. One more motivation to do advertisement on Facebook, because they even support WhatsApp, which is something that is dominant in many parts of the world. So in that sense, instead of doing other channels using WhatsApp, you are free, and they get free to message and interact. Yeah. Then the other part is that sometimes they talk about I just open up a Facebook page, but then Facebook page, and that's about it. If you have Facebook page and then contact us, you put in an email, but there's another way to just call to action. There's more touch points with the customer, because you are going very near to what the customers are very familiar about.
Yeah, so in a market where the predominantly people are using WhatsApp for their communication, this makes it then easier to communicate with the company. This makes it then you can actually increase your customer experience with them as well, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah. So this is the part. Yeah. Okay. So if you look further, so let me go to the second part of the sharing, will be more about the possible use cases of WhatsApp itself. So if you can look at the screen here, there are actually different possibilities. So one of them is that you can actually use WhatsApp for messaging for reminders, or notifications of any transactions, like just now we mentioned about notifications of any order confirmation, or even appointment reminders, or even job dispatching. These are more transactional stuff, so you can use that for WhatsApp. You can use WhatsApp instead of the other traditional channel. And then in fact, you can also use WhatsApp, where it is actually like in a way like a native channel for the WhatsApp dominant countries to actually communicate with businesses in terms of rendering customer support to them, or any other customer service support in terms of product inquiry, service inquiry, or even having to supplement contact centers with that probably is currently just a text-based center. So you can actually use WhatsApp. WhatsApp has rich content. You can actually send out attachments. You can send out multimedia basically. So this will help to beef up the contact center service to customer. And then you can even not limited to just very transactional OTP or the things. You can even consider WhatsApp to get to push out probably contests or lucky draw submission from customers as a channel for customers to actually get engaged with you and to feel the excitement. Okay, so we do have one use case in the past where the customer even use WhatsApp to do leads generation. So they actually blend in physical marketing collaterals or marketing standees with QR code. Yeah, and then they just scan and then they capture the numbers, of course with all the terms and conditions complied lah.
And of course, with the WhatsApp then it makes it easier, seamless for the customer to give their information.
Yes.
It's easily captured. They're more willing to give information there.
Exactly.
Will we be taking a look at a demo later on?
Oh, sure. So actually, this is the part where I would like to touch on, after we talk so much about the changes in WABA, the use cases of WABA, now we talk about the onboarding process of WABA with us, and then I will show you a demo of it.
Yeah. This used to be quite troublesome and complicated, right?
Yes, I would say.
I think we have simplified it a lot more. So yeah, maybe you can share and show us how to do.
Sure. So if you were to take a look, actually we have concised this into a 5-step approach with us. So first of all, you just need to make sure that you have all your Facebook accounts ready, because WhatsApp is owned by Facebook. So all the verification of the businesses will be through Facebook. So when we talk about Facebook, basically 2 accounts. One is Facebook personal account and one is Facebook business account. So when we talk about personal account, doesn't mean that you really need to use your personal account. You can actually create using a company email domain to create a personal account, so that this account can be used to log in to a Facebook business account. And then after which, make sure that your Facebook business account is verified by Facebook. So this is the first step. Okay. Second step, you will talk about creating an account with us, because we are the one that connects to WABA API and the rest of them. So you just create an account with us, and then make sure that your Facebook accounts are still logged in. Once you log in, you just do a WABA creation through us. So in that step, you will need to make sure that you have a phone number and you will have a Facebook account. So when we say a phone number, we talk about, I think in the past I've shared before, a phone number, basically it has to be, it can be a mobile number or a landline. Just make sure that the landline is not IVR activated at that point of time, so that you can actually do a verification over the phone call, or, basically a verification if the mobile number verification to a text, for example. Okay, so that's step 2, to activate a WABA account. Then step 3, it's all about, after you have an activated WABA account, what's next? Because we talk about, conversation just now with message template. So that is where you need to come to Facebook to actually create the template, pre-register the template, and make sure that it got approved by Facebook before you can actually use it. So that is step 3. And of course, in parallel, you can also apply for what we call a green check mark, or layman term we call green tick. So in Meta's point of view, they actually term this as what we call the OBA, official business account. So you need to actually come to Facebook to actually submit some 5 independent articles. So nothing about paid ads, all this to use as one of the link, so that Facebook can actually check the notability, genuine notability, and then judge based on that accordingly. So then, of course, once all these are done, your templates are approved, then you come to our account to just do a synchronization. Just click of a button, we will capture everything from that account to SendQuick. And then you just make the payment to us and you're ready to go. Okay, so I think without further ado, let me actually share with you the screen on how can I actually log in and show you. Okay. Can you all see the screen?
Yep.
Okay. So this is actually a SendQuick account. So assuming that you already have Facebook account, and then you will get the Facebook business account verified. So you come to the Security Center, and then there's a start verification. Once you did that, you will see a verified button, verified word here with the tick. Okay. So once this is done, you just make sure that you are still logged in, and then come to SendQuick to actually create an account with us. And then after which, you will just make sure that you choose a WhatsApp channel. And then just probably give a channel name, maybe SendQuick demo, for example. And then in this case, you just choose a new mobile number, connect with Facebook.
Okay, at this part about the new mobile number, there's a question that comes in. What if the number is an office phone number? Will there be any issue instead of a mobile number?
No problem. So that we'll consider as one of what we call the main line. So main landline number, but just make sure that this landline number isn't tied to an IVR. Or rather put it this way, if you need to do verification, make sure that the IVR is turned off so that you can actually do verification or through that number via the voice call. So if that is possible, then yes, landline can be used. And also make sure that this landline has not have any association with existing WhatsApp service, like for example, WhatsApp B. Because WhatsApp has three services. One is actually Messenger that we always use daily. The other one is WhatsApp Business, also downloadable from mobile Play Store or App Store. But just that it's a separate account that is standalone that can be used on mobile phone. So that one also support landline registration of the account itself. So if you do not have that landline number tied to the WhatsApp B, for example, or tied to any other WABA that you already have, then that number with IVR turned off is usable.
Yes. At this junction, just want to remind people there's a difference between WhatsApp Business and WABA.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you want to know more, that we actually have another video that talked about it. We can actually go to our YouTube channel to see what's the difference between these two. But today we are focusing mostly on WABA, which is more the WhatsApp Business API, which then allows you to automate a lot more than what a WhatsApp Business account can do. Right. So
it's something not downloadable from the app, basically.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so, the connector. So okay, so you can see my continue thing. Okay, good. So basically, after you actually have already Facebook login, you will then actually be able to come to this page to follow the cues from Facebook. So you just get started, and then after which you just select your approved verified SendQuick account. Then after that you go next. So then you just follow the steps given by Meta. Yeah, so you just say, for example, in this case, just going to create a WhatsApp account, create a WhatsApp business profile. So you just follow the steps. So the steps, you see the circles, on the left, it's quite simple. So you just, for example, you want to do, SendQuick demo account, and then your display name, you might also want to put a SendQuick demo, for example. I just put it this way. Then after that, just choose the time zone. Just remember, this is the time zone where the 1,000 free conversation service conversations per month will based on the time zone that you set here. Okay. Then you choose your industry that you are in. So for IT, I think it will be falling under others. Then just put in, it's optional, but it's good to put in because this part will reflect in the WABA, in the WhatsApp account when a WhatsApp user were to find you. So for example, I put something like this, then after which, where's my cursor? Okay, then you can just put in your, your website. So I can put in things like, like this, and then I just go next. Okay, so once you go next, it will lead you to the next step where, okay, just a minute, Facebook.
Anyone actually, if you sign up through us, we'll guide you through all these steps, right?
Yes, correct. Right. So not to worry on that.
Yeah, all the details right now.
Yeah.
So just giving a demo, showing you how actually now just about filling up all this simple information.
Yeah.
You can get on board. Yeah.
Correct. So it's very easy. It's just like DIY all the way by following the cues from Facebook. So put in the number, and then you can choose to do a text SMS receive from Facebook, or you can actually do a phone call. Okay.
Just for the verification.
Yes. Okay. So make sure that if you type a landline number like this, for example, please don't choose text message. Okay. Yeah. So for example, if I do like this, then please don't put in a text message. Make sure you just choose the phone call. Okay. So following this, I cannot share with you further. I will just do some slides because I don't have existing account to share, but I can share with you how it really looks like.
Yeah, I think what's more interesting is if once it's set up, how do we see that communication with WhatsApp, any number?
Correct. Correct. Yeah. So but basically just to share with you, so after you have done that step and verified, right, put in the correct one-time code and then Meta verify and say that it is correct, then this is the next page that you will see. Oh, sorry, let me do a new share. Okay, so this is the next page that you will see. Okay, then after that, you will then come to our SendQuick IO account to just put in a 2FA code, just to make sure that it's tied up with a code for better protection. And then after which, you will then go to Facebook to actually create templates. Okay, after you create templates, then you just click the sync button so that we will actually fetch whatever that is approved by Facebook into this account for use. Okay, so then you apply for the OBA, that means the so-called the green check mark. So you come to the Facebook account again, then you just follow the steps. Just make sure that you click on the account that you have created, WABA account that you have created, turn on the 2FA, and then submit request. Submit request for getting that OBA account. Then the next step is they will ask you for the 5 link. Okay, what is the request for the green tick? You can just say something like along the line that you just want to make sure that people can see your brand, then it's easier for people to search and recognize the genuinity. And then you can put in the articles, and these articles make sure that it's not paid or any promotional content that you have engaged, under the company name. Okay, it has to be independent, and the best is notable kind, so that the Facebook will actually judge according to that and then give you the green tick. So it's all subjected. It's not 100% guaranteed that you will get the green check mark. So once you get the green check mark, I think it's within a week or so, you will actually get an email reply from Meta to tell you that whether it is now an official business account or not. Okay, yeah. So sorry.
Exclusive green.
Yeah. So I think just now I did mention about the part where there's this Facebook registration of the template itself. So I would like to share with you the step here. So this is how it really looks like in terms of template registration. Just make sure that you create a template. So I think I just do something like this to do it. So you can actually create a template of a certain category with a certain language, and then after that you will then do the input of your template itself. So you can have a header, it's optional, and the header supports image, video, document, or location. Okay, then you put the sample, then you put your body content. So body content can have variables. So the variable you just add. So for example, if I do something like this, you can just add. You can just add, for example, like this. Okay, so these are all variables, so that when you connect your application input the value of the variables, it will send out as a as a personalized message to the WhatsApp user.
I just realized that some people have actually put in questions in the chat instead of the Q&A section.
Oh, okay.
So I just saw the questions. Okay. Maybe I'm just gonna read out. Are we able to see the 360 view on all interactions with the individual customer? Not quite understand what the 360 view is, but later we'll show you a portal how you can see all the interaction with the customer, right? Something like that.
Correct.
So maybe we'll take a look at that. Maybe hopefully that will answer your question. But another question is, if a customer sends a message, agent will be responding to the customer. Is it free of charge within 24 or 72 hours? Or if agent responded with a template message within 72 hours, is still chargeable?
Okay, so it depends. So if the WhatsApp user actually message in by any other entry points except for the ones that I mentioned about the advertisement click to WhatsApp or Facebook page click to WhatsApp. Apart from these two, then it will be only 24 hour.
Okay.
24 hour under service conversation.
Right.
But if the WhatsApp user comes in to your account via the advertisement on Facebook or via Facebook page, and all these are already connected, that means also called has a link to your WhatsApp number, and then when the WhatsApp user send in, you reply within 24 so-called within 24 hour the entire service conversation will extend from 24 to 72 hours. So if you ask me about the template, so for the first option where people come in from other means, but then still to your WhatsApp account, if the business, for example, your agent, select a template and send out, you will be charged because it's opening up a new template. It's not a service conversation anymore. You're opening up, say, for example, a utility conversation. So Meta will charge you one service conversation and one utility conversation. But if you talk about, WhatsApp user coming in from the Facebook ads, coming in from Facebook page to the WhatsApp account, and then even if you select utility or OTP or marketing, within 72 hours, it's all free.
Hopefully that answered the question, but if you're still not quite sure, don't worry. After the webinar, do contact us. We will help to explain it further if you have certain scenarios that we can't understand from here. We do have another question saying, how long will the records be kept? Can it be archived and retrieved back, just in case, for example, for legal recalls?
Within SendQuick system, you can do that. So everything that's on SaaS-based, it will be about, I think, 6 months, but there will be certain protocols in between to make sure that the messages are protected. And then if it's on-prem appliances, SendQuick on-prem appliances, it's all I think up to you to configure. If not wrong.
Yeah, they can actually determine.
But in any way, you can actually export out and archive it.
That's right. Yeah. So through anything through our systems, we can export it out. We can keep it in another place as well. Yes. Okay. Another question. Okay. Now I see a lot of questions. Based on interactions, are we able to have analysis on whether they open it, they view it, or call to action on it?
Do you mean the like double blue tick, all these things, like the
like normal
status.
WhatsApp, they whether they open this or call to
action? Call to action button, all these can be created and used. So this is actually supported. So if you actually were to see my screen here, you can go down, there's this footer, there's even call to action button. So all these are supported by WhatsApp.
But would there be see whether the person click on the button, any
because when they click on the button, right, it will receive as a reply. So that is in a way already you can see it. But we also in our logs itself, you can also see the status, whether the message is read, things like that.
Okay. So you can actually find some of these information in the logs. Wow, okay, the questions are all coming in. Can you show how API works? I think that part will take API.
I can use the Postman to show you later. but
it's a bit technical to do on this webinar. Perhaps you can drop us an email. We can do a separate demo for you. For can all users on SendQuick see all the WhatsApp? I think we can.
This depends on how you configure.
Yeah, we can configure different users to see.
Like different departments or different roles, then you can actually see whatever that is necessary. That one can be done.
Can be done. So it won't be I think that's a problem with most WhatsApp business. You're only allowed one person using the phone. You see all the messages.
So it's not one for all kind.
So with the WABA, that's the beauty of it, is that you can actually have this kind of different users. Then you don't have to be worried about not unauthorized access.
Yeah.
Do we know if SMS, email, WhatsApp, if landed into the spam folder or blocked? If yes, how can we circumvent it? Oh, this is a bit changed.
Sorry, SMS, email, and
how they know if our SMS, our WhatsApp got landed into their spam folder and blocked? This is a bit
landed into their spam.
Yeah, spam.
You mean so SMS itself is another topic altogether but it really depends on your phone and it depends on how it's being configured But SMS itself is universal. So long as, for example, in Singapore, you make sure that your sender ID is registered, it will not first of all show as a scam. That's the first thing. Second thing is that it will still reach the phone, but it's not 100% guarantee for SMS technology. But whether or not it's actually inside their spam folder or inside their inbox, that is subjective. Okay, email wise, then it's quite common that we see. It depends on how your email mechanism
we can't tell if it's in there. We can't tell.
But WhatsApp itself, we also can't really tell. But it is the user point of view that can tell. For example, a new WhatsApp message coming in that they have not interacted with you before. WhatsApp will prompt, whether do you still want to continue or block the contact.
Okay. Again, very technical question. I don't know whether you can answer this. I'm looking for integration of existing application. I need to know how attachments are be sent via API. Is it base64 or what format? We will have to get back to you on this technical question.
This attachment, I think, if it's PDF or image, it should be some public URL that you have to host it, and then yeah.
Okay.
But that one we can discuss separately.
Yeah, even anything to do the API one, I think we have to take it separately because those involves a lot more detailed discussion. So thanks for all the questions. I mean,
did we cover everything?
So far we cover everything. We just continue first. For time constraint, we better
okay,
move on.
Sure. So so just now I was sharing about adding variables, and then you can actually give in the details of the sample. So for example, if I remove all this, and then you see the one on the right, there's this preview. So whatever value that you put in. So if you see my variable number 1, you can see this is actually FQ220713. So this is the sample that I added in here. So it's quite important, I feel, in my personal opinion, it's quite important to put in the sample so that Meta can actually really do the verification on the template itself that you actually requested. Is it really true that it fit into the category they have chosen for? And then will it look something that is actually a mix of marketing and something else? So all this will all this information will beef up the whole entire template and be able to better judge by Meta. Okay, so this is the part of course just that I mentioned, you can have footer, you can have buttons like call to action to reply. So all this can be done. So once you do all this, that's where you come back to us to do the synchronization of the template itself. I think yeah, so then the other part will be basically on the, can you see? Okay, yeah. So the other part will be on the green tick that I mentioned. So this is one of our accounts that we have. So once you get the green tick, it's not 100% guaranteed, but you will show a name with the green check mark itself. Then whatever you type in just now will all appear here. Okay, so all these are there. Then when you want to actually share with your customer about your WABA account, you can then have this URL, because this URL is a WhatsApp URL that covers in your WhatsApp account number. So you can actually embed these in a QR code, or you can actually kind of like give people this link, or you can actually ask your existing customers to save this number, for example, and come to WhatsApp and message in. So any of this way will lead a WhatsApp user to your WABA account. Okay, so if you have for example, if I was the one trying to actually ask a query to the WABA account, a WABA so-called a business, I can say hi, SendQuick, are you open today, for example, maybe for walk-in? Okay, so when I actually send in a message, it will then actually okay, let me share my screen.
This is from a personal WhatsApp sending a message to the organization, right?
Correct.
Which is now our SendQuick organization.
Correct.
So we'll go to our platform to see how the message comes in. Now we do have a lot of questions coming in, or very good questions. We'll answer them in a while. Let's just go through this demo first, so that we don't break the flow.
Yes, but where's my? Oh, sorry. So I should have shown myself. Just
are you sharing the right screen?
Yeah, I'm sharing this itself. Okay.
So this will be logging into our portal.
Yes.
And our portal actually has some built-in conversation module.
Correct.
That you can see this.
So you can see just now when I type in, hi, SendQuick, are you open? Are you open today for walk-in? So this just now when I do, I'm using a personal WhatsApp account to message into a business. So this will open up what we call a service conversation, and then businesses can actually freely type back, reply back by typing in with attachments. So hi, yes, we are open today.
And this also means that you can have different users having different people replying.
Correct. So if you look at our one of our features that you can actually assign to other people, for example.
I noticed it's also not this portal is WhatsApp. Yes, other modules, other channels you can.
Yes, actually, in fact, we have about, I think, at least 14 channels or so connected to our SendQuick. So you can have all the popular chat apps, across the
Telegram,
region. Instagram, even different countries have different dominant ads. All these are already covered. So for example, Viber, Dalo, Kakao, Line, in Singapore, maybe like WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook Messenger,
So we do have a very comprehensive solution for all this communication. I just want to, since at this point we basically have a feel of the how the message comes in, how you can reply, etc. Let me just ask the questions. One of the questions says, can interface with SCADA for triggering message alert?
Okay, that one would be more on how our SendQuick system can actually connect with SCADA system.
Yes, that one we have actually, in fact, that's what we are very good at. No problem integrating with such system like SCADA. And then no matter you want to trigger the message as SMS or text or WhatsApp, all can be done. That's what we are actually very good at doing. So definitely we can do that. You want to do WhatsApp message as an alert, also can. Can we be sent to group WhatsApp? This is a tricky one.
Sorry. So what happened is that in the past, when WhatsApp originally WhatsApp API WABA is originally introduced, you can actually support sending to groups. But I think a couple of years ago, they have already started to so-called remove that function.
Can't do WhatsApp group, right? Yeah. So answer actually is still no. All right, still no, unfortunately. So you can send to, but we can actually put in a group. You send to address book. We have an address book feature.
That's our workaround.
We work around. We can actually do that if you want to send to a group of people, but not via the WhatsApp group style. Okay. Hopefully I answered that. I have an on-prem SendQuick device. Is it able to use WhatsApp API? That means whether you can turn on the you sending out as a WhatsApp message.
I think first of all we need to see your version number first.
Yeah, we need to see what on-prem. Some on-prem has built in, some needs to have some upgrade option. Then we need to, of course, WhatsApp data side, you need to do a certain registration, but all this can be done. Just come back to us. We can actually see more details of your set. We can actually give better advice. Now we can't. Do you have native integration with Sugar CRM for one single app interface?
Native as in
okay, we do integrate with CRM. So Sugar is one of the new one I have been hearing quite a bit. It's definitely we can do integration now. But when you say native integration, I think we need to understand that a bit better. If it means coding some API to make sure that it works. Again, this one probably we need to discuss further to understand. There are other ways we can do integration with CRM. But if you want a native one, then we OOTB. Okay, OOTB. OOTB means we need to get our CTO to come and answer this question. So sorry. We will. I think we did have a separate discussion on this. This one needs to be a bit more. Yeah, we'll take note of it. We'll come back to you on this. Thanks for the question. I think that's a very good question actually. Okay, so some that especially too technical one, we have to get back to you. But otherwise, the features, Sage ERP, I believe should be possible. We can test it out, no problem. This is another question that someone asked. Because our system has always been agnostic, it can work with most systems, whether it's an ERP, CRM, SCADA, NMS, ITMS, or even some SIM, whatever. But as long as we can do integration, if you have an on-prem, you can do integration. The method of how you send out the channel as a message, whether it's text, if you want it text, we can do it, definitely. That's what we do. But if we have the option to do it on WhatsApp as well. That's what we are trying to share. I guess all these systems, because you want to send alerts, you want to send message from the application. So yes, WABA will be the main thing that you need for such thing to send out to WhatsApp. And we can all do it from either our on-prem version or our cloud version. So we all have that solutions done. Just talk to us. We have to go into a bit more details to confirm some of the things that you're asking. Okay, so I hope that answers those questions. We have quite a number of questions. Let me just check in case somebody asked Okay, nobody asked
So
to share.
I will show the last part.
Yeah, okay, let's go to the last part.
I think just now somebody asked about the API integration itself. So I think I do not have an existing, like third party system to show you. So what I can do is probably I can show you a Postman where it will send through.
Similar API call.
Yes,
okay.
Correct. Okay. So what happens is that, for example, I can put in, say, like, hi Jasmine, thank you for attending the online clinic today, and send to my number. So what will happen is when I trigger the API call, then I should be able to
check your personal WhatsApp and see that your personal WhatsApp.
Yes, you get the things down. So let me share my screen. This
yeah, you have to
okay,
share.
Can you see the
no, we're not.
Okay. Yeah, do you see this message that I actually do a call?
So we just simulated using a Postman to push up a message through, let's say, an application and to the person's WhatsApp. So this is in a way to show how it's done. One more question: is this for personal use or business use, or can be both? Typically, I think this is business use because it's not going to be cheap for personal use. I guess you don't mind.
Because WhatsApp itself is already free, so even WhatsApp B is in a way free, except for your SIM card that you're gonna pay,
Yes.
So yes. But when it comes to WABA, it's different because if you realize just now when I shared with you, there are conversations, at different types at different charges, and all these are charges. And it's always towards the business. So when you create, it's all business related. Yeah.
So most of these are really application to person kind of message, which you probably use it for business more than personal.
That's why it's A2P lah. So when we do A2P, SMS also A2P, WhatsApp also A2P.
Okay, question. Can you convert from email to WhatsApp notification for alarm messages?
Yes.
Definitely. This is what we do again.
Yes.
Like I said, instead of email to SMS, you can do email to WhatsApp. Talk to us further. We'll help you do that. Is there a demo on this integration to a bot? Today's demo, we did not integrate to a bot. Yeah, so sorry, today we didn't prepare that, but we can work out something offline after this. Okay. Okay, any more? Are you going to present anything else, Jasmine? But we appreciate all the questions. I think we're all very good questions. Okay. I'm sourcing for a solution for triggering WhatsApp message to alert about building alarms. Wondering SendQuick can integrate? Yes, with BMS. Definitely, again, this is what we do. Yes, talk to us further. Drop us an email later on. We will follow up with you and share with you, maybe do a demo also. Definitely, that's what we are trying to share, that this is possible these days with our solution.
Yes. So if there is no other question, then I'll just pass.
Okay, let's do this because we are. I think okay. Don't worry. Anyone has got questions? Did we give the email address?
I think it's in my last slide.
Okay.
So I can share the last slide.
Yeah, just drop us an email. And I guess those who ask questions, if you're not anonymous, we will get back to you. But if you have any questions, you do beyond that, before we do the draw, drop us email at info@sendquick.com, and we'll definitely help you. Some of those integration that you all asked, definitely we can do. Just a matter of configuration and how to get on board. And thanks for all the questions that came in today. And I guess this comes to the end of our session. I think we do have questions coming. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for telling me it's muted. Okay, is there anything to say before we go?
Not really. Just feel free to come to us if there's any further questions. I think the questions today are quite good. Yeah, are really good.
Okay, drop us an email, contact us. You have my number as well. If you can, drop me a line. And with that, thank you for joining this online clinic. Look forward to seeing you at our next online clinic. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good time for the lunch. Bye bye.
Hey, thanks.